Hello and a very warm welcome to Game On, your daily dose of all things sports. I'm Meha Bhardwaj-Alter. The stage is set for the top two teams of IPL 2024 group stage to try and find a place directly in the finals. It's the Kolkata Knight Riders and the Sunrisers Hyderabad who will face each other at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad tonight. Both these teams are similar in their approach when it comes to batting. They are two of the quickest scoring sides this season, and while one has not played a game since 11th of May and the other is coming off a win after successfully chasing 215 against Punjab Kings in their last game, on paper these two teams are evenly matched. It will come down to then who gets off to a better start tonight, because openers on both sides can single-handedly take the game away from the opposition. While the Ahmedabad pitch hasn't seen big scores this season, expect these two to come out all guns blazing in this one. Kolkata Knight Riders, the first team to qualify for the Indian Premier League 2024 playoffs, will have to deal with the lack of match practice, absence of Phil Salt and the law of averages, in addition to an unpredictable Sunrisers Hyderabad as they square off in the first qualifier in Ahmedabad a little later today. The most successful team in the league stage, KKR, have not played a match since their 18-run win over Mumbai Indians on May 11th. The last two washed-out matches against Gujarat Titans and Rajasthan Royals have deprived them of a much-needed match practice. It also cost Kolkata Knight Riders the opportunity to allow Rahmanullah Gurbaz to face the new ball, as the Afghanistan batter is likely to step in as the opener for Phil Salt, who's left to join the England squad for the T20 World Cup duties. Salt formed a formidable opening pair with Sunil Narine, as KKR went on to win 9 of their 12 completed matches to emerge on top in the league stage. The top two scorers for the team, Salt and Narine, were the game changers, strengthening the KKR campaign, giving them flying starts, both striking at 182. Salt with 435 remains KKR's second highest run getter behind Narine, who has 461 in 12 innings. If KKR were the first team to reach the playoffs, SRH gave themselves a huge boost with a 4-wicket win over Punjab Kings on Sunday to eventually finish second with 17 points ahead of Rajasthan Royals. The Shreyas Iyer-led KKR have won 4 games on the trot before rain washed away their last 2 league matches. As they return to match action after 10 days, the captain's lack of form remains a worry. To cross the finish line in style, KKR would expect Iyer to better his stats from an under 32 average and 135 strike rate. Just 150 in 13 games and 287 runs appears to be a weak link in the middle order. Finisher Rinku Singh too needs to do better than his 168 runs in 11 innings at a strike rate of 148 plus. He can take a leaf out of the performance of Andre Russell, who's provided some great finishes while striking at 185 for his 222 runs in 9 innings. SRH appear to have hit the strides following a comprehensive win over Punjab Kings. In many ways, SRH match KKR's firepower on paper. Openers Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma have both got their runs at a strike rate exceeding 200, while inspiring their side to rewrite a few records. Southpaw Head has been most successful with the bat for SRH with 533 runs. While Abhishek is in the second position, he has compiled 467 in 13 innings. His 41 sixes during the season is an overall IPL record. Heinrich Klaasen has rediscovered his form after a dip in the middle of the tournament. He's maintained a 180-plus strike rate for his 381 runs from 12 innings. If KKR have a battery of spinners to back their fast bowlers led by Mitchell Starc, SRH's pace bowling attack led by skipper Pat Cummins has time and again produced unified efforts to make their mark. In their only meet earlier this season, KKR had pipped SRH by 4 runs in a high-scoring season opener. At Ahmedabad, as seen in the World Cup final last year, teams batting second have had more success, winning 4 out of 6 completed games, while only twice the team which batted first could defend successfully. Also, against the style of play for both these teams to bury oppositions under mountains of runs, this venue has had only 2 scores of 200 or above in 12 innings, which means the bowlers will also have their say. Still, the fans can look forward to a run feast in this collision of the two batting powerhouses. Now, Sunil Narine might be the highest run getter for Kolkata Knight Riders this season, but his abysmal record at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad can be a huge concern. Narine has been one of the key reasons behind the two-time IPL champions to finish in the top spot on the points table. The West Indies all-rounder has recorded his best season with the bat in IPL 2024 as he has amassed 461 runs in 12 innings at a brilliant strike rate of 182.93, including 350s and a solitary century. The left-hander providing a fiery start on the top, but his poor record in Ahmedabad paints a grim picture. Narine has never managed to open his account when playing at this ground. He's been dismissed on ducks in all three matches that he's played at this venue. The veteran all-rounder has faced just 6 deliveries in total in 3 matches at the stadium. However, he doesn't open the innings in any of those, or he didn't open the innings in any of those matches for Kolkata. He batted at number 4 and number 5 and number 6 respectively. Now, Narine's style and his fearless approach at the top of the order has earned him tremendous success this season. He will be hoping to continue in a similar fashion against SRH in the first qualifier. KKR's only game at this stadium in Ahmedabad was washed out due to rain. The game against Gujarat Titans was abandoned without a ball being bowled. While there is no rain threat today, KKR will hope to bring their A game to the fore as they look to make it to the final in their first attempt. Now, this IPL has made us ask few important questions about a player-coach versus owner relationship. What are the boundaries that owners should maintain with athletes? This was a matter of heated discussion after a video went viral of Sanjeev Goenka, the owner of the Lucknow Super Giants, apparently lecturing KL Rahul. In a recent interview now, Kolkata Knight Riders mentor Gautam Gambhir said that the team's co-owner Shah Rukh Khan maintains a hands-off approach to managing the performance side of the business. Shah Rukh is seen at most of KKR's matches, especially those that take place on the team's home turf of Eden Gardens in Kolkata, but according to Gambhir, he doesn't involve himself in the team's strategies. Appearing on cricketer Ravichandran Ashwin's YouTube channel, Gambhir said that SRK is the best owner that he's ever worked with. In the 7 years of captaining, he says, we had never spoken 70 seconds about cricket. He's never asked me a single question of cricket in those 7 years. This is what he said, and I quote, since I've come 20 days, we've never spoken about cricket. We don't talk about cricket. The first thing he told me in 2011 when I met him for the first time, he said, I don't like anybody telling me how acting needs to be done. I'm sure you will not like someone telling you how cricket needs to be played. He says that was the only conversation I had with him. In the last 20 days, he's not asked me what team are we playing or what is the strategy. Now, what role will MS Dhoni have in the next season of the IPL? Will he play another season, or is this the last that we've seen of MS Dhoni on the field? This is a hotly debated topic at the moment, especially since CSK were eliminated by Royal Challengers Bengaluru in the IPL group stages. Dhoni himself has not spoken about his future, but CSK CEO Kasi Viswanathan has told the Indian Express that actually there was no discussion about it with MSD. Now, in a video uploaded by Dubai Eye 103.8 YouTube channel on Monday, Dhoni has spoken about his fitness. This is what he said, and I quote, he said, the toughest thing is I'm not playing cricket throughout the year, so I have to be fit. Once I come, you're competing against youngsters who are fit and playing international cricket. Professional sport is not easy. Nobody gives you a discount for age. If you want to play, you have to be as fit as the other guy. Age does not really give that grace to you. So eating habits, a bit of training, and all those things are there. Then he also says about social media, he says, thankfully, I am not on social media, so there is less distraction. The French Open starts in Paris this weekend, so let's tell you what you can expect in men's tennis, who are the top contenders this year and who is the favorite to win in Roland Garros. With Novak Djokovic coming off a shock exit in Rome and Rafael Nadal in the twilight of his career, the field is wide open. 14 times French Open champion Rafael Nadal will be the star attraction in Paris as he looks to sign off from his favourite Grand Slam in a memorable fashion. Although his participation at Roland Garros remains in doubt. The 37-year-old Spaniard, who said he expects to retire after this season, spent most of last year nursing a hip issue that required surgery before a muscle tear in Brisbane stalled his comeback in January. Nadal was most recently eliminated from the Italian Open earlier this month, losing in straight sets to Hubert Hurkacz. World number 1 and defending champion Novak Djokovic has endured an inauspicious build-up, being accidentally hit on the head by a water bottle in Rome before suffering his earliest exit from the tournament after a shock loss to Alejandro Tabio. With only 6 matches on clay, Djokovic will be slightly undercooked as he heads to Paris in search of a record 25th Grand Slam title. Like Nadal, Australian Open champion Jannik Sinner is battling to be fit after skipping Rome following a hip injury sustained in Madrid. Sinner has already publicly stated that he will not risk playing in Paris if it increases his chances of missing even more of the season. It's a similar story for world number 3 Carlos Alcaraz, who pulled out of the Italian Open with an arm injury. For all his superhuman efforts over the last 2 seasons, Alcaraz has yet to complete a full season on the ATP Tour. He effectively missed the end of both the 2022 and 2023 seasons, and this year also he's had injury problems. So, with Nadal, Djokovic, Alcaraz and Sinner all struggling with injury and struggling with form, who else among the men might have a chance of going deep in Paris and perhaps even winning the tournament? Remarkably, the current favourite among the outsiders, that is those men who've yet to win a major singles title, might just be Alexander Zverev, especially after he triumphed in Rome for the 2nd time in his career. That is a testament to his love for clay, and given the struggles of others, he has a chance of doing well at Roland Garros.
What about the women's singles? In the women's draw, it's Iga Swiatek. She looks good to capture her 3rd consecutive French Open title, especially given the kind of form that she is in lately, having won in Madrid and Rome. But she will be given tough competition by world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka, who won the Australian Open but fell short in the finals in Madrid and Rome. Here are the top names in women's draw.
World number 1 Iga Swiatek enters the French Open as the favourite off the back of some sparkling form and her own triumphant history on the clay at Roland Garros. The Pole defeated world number 2 Aryna Sabalenka in straight sets earlier this month to win her 3rd Italian Open title and extend her unbeaten run on the surface to 12 matches. The 3-time winner and defending champion will face stiff competition from Sabalenka, who will be desperate to avenge her final defeats in Rome and Madrid this season. Other contenders include US Open champion Coco Gauff and world number 4 Elena Rybakina, who's already claimed 3 titles this season. Former world number 1 Naomi Osaka, who returned to action in January after a maternity break, is back to try and turn around her struggles in Paris. The 4-time Grand Slam champion has never made it to a final on clay and has failed to advance beyond the 3rd round at Roland Garros. French hopes will rest with world number 23 Caroline Garcia, whose best result at the tournament was a quarterfinal back in 2017.
On to football now, and the story of Bayer Leverkusen just gets better and better every day. They're now just 2 wins away from achieving an unprecedented full season unbeaten. Leverkusen clinched the Bundesliga title last month and completed the whole league season without losing a single game, extending their run across European leagues to 51 games. Xabi Alonso's team are not done yet. Leverkusen will play in the Europa League final against Atalanta on Wednesday before facing second-tier side Kaiserslautern in the German Cup final on Saturday, a game in which they are heavily favoured. Alonso took over the side when they were second last in the league in October 2022. Since then, he has instilled a belief of winning in this side, and that has meant that this team of the Invincibles have not only won the games that they have played, but they've also shown character to come back after having conceded goals to win the games. 3 times in 6 games in the knockout rounds, they were 2-0 down deep into the second half, but came back to register wins in those games. In the domestic league, the team has managed to score 10 goals in stoppage time, which in itself is a Bundesliga record. The story of a factory team that had in the past been called derisively Neverkusen, alluding to the fact that they never win, now has that moniker, in fact, has been changed to never losing, given how brilliant their campaign has been. Xabi Alonso's former teammate and World Cup winner Cesc Fabregas has showered praises on the team and on his former teammate.
Leverkusen, when you watch them play, they are in a moment that everything they touch converts to gold. They can keep winning even when they are with 10 men. They have good mentality. Now they feel, this form that everything you touch, it becomes a goal or something will ever happen that they will find a way. And this is very important for a team, when you are in this moment, in these dynamics. And I'm sure they will try to practice it until the end of the season and win something important as well, apart from the league.
Liverpool officially confirmed Arne Slot as their new manager on Monday after Jurgen Klopp bid goodbye to Anfield with a victory in the Premier League. Klopp's 9-year reign as manager, during which they won the Champions League in 2019 and the Premier League the following year, came to an end on the final match day of the 2023-24 season. The German bid an emotional farewell to a packed Anfield on Sunday evening after Liverpool finished third on the Premier League table with a 2-0 victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Slot joins the Reds after a 3-year spell with Feyenoord, and the 45-year-old Dutchman will officially assume office on 1st of June, subject to a work permit. Liverpool didn't disclose the full tenure of Slot's contract, but British broadcasters Sky Sports reported it to be a 3-year deal. According to the BBC, Liverpool have agreed to a compensation deal of up to £9.4 million in the contract signed by Slot, who had confirmed that he will be taking over as Liverpool manager on Friday during a press conference ahead of his final game in charge of Feyenoord. All right, now time for us to say goodbye, but let's leave you with dozens of four-legged surfers and their human companions hitting the beach in northern Spain over the weekend for a surfing competition, but with a difference. This is the annual European Dog Surfing Championships, and Baloo and Ghost, a pair of Weimaraners, they confidently shredded the waves with their owner, 13-time Spanish body surf champion, Diva Martin Soler. Enjoy these visuals. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
Alto, el lado de la canción. Súper activo por la zona de competición y estaremos un ratito de descanso.
Can the Trinamool candidate from Baharampur hit the ball out of the park?
50-60 दिन बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहा हूँ, उससे पहले ही काम दिखने स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे.
Pitted opposite Pathan in Team BJP is Dr. Nirmal Kumar Saha.
The fight is not Adit Chaudhary and Nirmal Saha. The fight between Modi versus Rahul Gandhi.
Yusuf Pathan and Nirmal Saha, two professionals who have switched to politics, are taking on Congress leader